Welcome back to another video, and DJI have just released a brand new firmware for the DJI Neo version 0.400, which promises a host of new features and improvements, and amongst those is improved position hold and tracking speed. So in my usual unconventional way, I'm going to put that to the test. So new firmware, old firmware. Let's test it. Okay, that's 1-0 to the new firmware. Not so good for the old one. Where's it gone? Incidentally, this obstacle detection beast was supposed to be my B-roll camera today. Not done very well in these conditions, so I need to do some more testing on it, but very naughty F3S. Anyway, moving on, back to the Neos. Look at that. They're mating. Well, that was really interesting because they were tracking me at exactly the same speed, rate, height, everything, but even mating at the end when they were stationary. So we're going to do that again, round 3, maybe go a bit faster, run some obstacles and see how they keep up. I need to do more cardio. Right, those woods look a bit more dense and tricky, so I'm going to go in there for level 2. I used to be good at this. I wasn't always a fat bloke. Right, let's go. That was impressive. I mean, these drones are literally on top of each other all the way. They're on different firmwares, but they're keeping up at exactly the same rate, same position, everything. So I'm going to go back again. They're doing so well. I mean, I feel more comfortable flying around here with these than the F3S. Definitely. I mean, they're cheaper and guarded, but these are giving me a lot more confident, dodging twigs, trees, everything. So very impressive. Just waiting for the sound of one of these dropping in the background. We'll get 2 drones. Oh, I've lost one. Hey, that one is the old firmware. Oh dear. Let's find the new one. Okay, so I've spent about an hour looking for the drone in the woods. Still haven't found it yet. I don't know if I will. DJI, if you're watching this, can you please implement something like a timed beacon to set off a minute or two after a drone crashes in AI track? Because the beacon's great, but it's no good when you can't set it off because you haven't got a connection to the drone. Anyway, still looking. Okay, so I'm back in this location to finish the video I started yesterday. I've got a brand new drone for that. I spent 4 hours looking for it, could not find it. The light was starting to go. I walked past this particular space at least 100 times because there's like a little tree tunnel-y, sort of bushy sort of area. It's quite dark. Had a quick look with fresh eyes and new light this morning, and within 10 minutes, guess what? Oh, brilliant. Okay. So that means I've got 3 drones available now, which obviously means I'm going to be testing myself being tracked with 3 drones at the same time, because you're going to ask it, and clearly I don't learn from my mistakes. So I'll do that in a minute. I'm just going to finish off this experiment, and then we'll do stupid stuff. All right, so fresh battery. It does seem pretty dry at the moment. It did drizzle a tiny bit overnight, so hopefully it's all right, but let's see if it is. So let's see if it powers up. Excellent. Right, let's finish these tests then, and then I'm going to do stupid things and try and track myself with 3 of these, but not in those woods. I'll use these other ones because that'd be really stupid. It's tempting, but we'll see. Okay, last time going downhill. Let's do it one more time. Okay. I think that sums it up pretty well, how well they track me. Okay, so for the final tracking test, I'm going to do all 3 at once because why not? So 1, 2, 3. It's carnage back there. That's the old firmware. Okay, so clearly these two just collided with each other. That's what happened there. Okay, that can happen. Right, you two. We'll do that one more time. Look at that, they all made it. Okay, so that answers the all-important question of whether you can track yourself with 2 or 3 of these at the same time. And the answer is yes, you can, but with great difficulty because they bump into each other all the time and it sort of negates the point a little bit. But in terms of the new versus old firmwares, I can't see any difference in how well they tracked me. They both track me extremely well in these conditions around woodlands, dodging trees, branches, leaves, all sorts of things. And the main thing that knocks these out is each other, because they're all trying to get to exactly the same point behind me. Now, that's not to say that there's an improvement with the new firmware, because obviously if you're doing 20 miles an hour on a bike like DC Rainmaker did, I think, then you will see the benefits of the higher tracking speed ability. But in terms of these conditions, there's no real advantage at all in that, but it's already amazing, so that's great. Okay, just to quickly interrupt the video to state the obvious at this point, you can obviously change your tracking settings for the drones to be at different heights or different distances. So for example, you could have 3 drones in one level, vertically stacked, high, medium and low, or you could have them stacked in a line near, far and medium. Obviously that way there's a lower chance of them bumping into each other, but that'll be really boring and less entertaining than them bumping into each other, and also it'll be less conclusive to the experiment, which is to see if there's a difference between the firmwares. Anyway, with that being said, back to the video. Anyway, I'm not going to cover all aspects of that firmware update, but I will have a look at the new live view stabilization in FPV mode as well, because that's interesting to me. So stick around if you want to see that. I'm going to take off now, and I just want to see how bad the latency increase, if any, is with that stabilization added. So let's have a look at that one. Okay, so I'm going to fly with live view stabilization, which means that what I see in these goggles is going to have rock steady stabilization applied to it. But my concern is that if that increases the latency, which basically means that there's a delay between my stick commands and what I see, then that might make it a bit unpleasant to fly this. If you're into gaming, it's a bit like lag in gaming. Anyway, see how this goes. Okay, I'd say in normal mode, this actually feels alright. But it's not too dependent on responsiveness in this mode, so that's fine. Let's try sports mode. So it looks like DJI didn't mention this, but the beep has been improved as well. That. That's new. Okay, let's try manual mode, see how that goes. Hey! Oh my god! Oh no, 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 no. Oh, that is unflyable. No, 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 no. That feels blimmin' horrible. Okay, live view stabilization with the DJI Neo and FPV manual mode, as far as I'm concerned, is an absolute no-go. This is horrible to fly like that. It doesn't instill you with confidence. The lag was massive, way more than I expected. So no, I won't be flying like that again, and I would recommend people don't. In sports and normal modes, it's alright because it's a different way of controlling it. Anyway, I think it's time to wrap this video up. Okay, so that new firmware does have some cool new features, like the ability to use the new Goggles N3, which are a budget version compared to the Goggles 3. Brilliant. The ability to use horizontal control when you use mobile phone devices as opposed to vertical, that's also great. And the ability to choose between filtered and unfiltered audio when you record audio onto the drone is also brilliant, as well as the fact that the top tracking speed has been improved. So that's great, although in these conditions, when you're walking, running, the tracking ability itself, the accuracy is not really any different. But it's already brilliant with this drone. I mean, it's so impressive how well this tracks people in these kind of environments. So hopefully this video has kind of shown that. The thing that didn't impress me too much was the live view stabilization. If you fly manual mode in FPV, I wouldn't even bother. It's horrible to fly that way. In sports and normal modes, it's okay, but yeah, it's just a little bit more stabilized in your live view, which you might like that. Anyway, the thing that impressed me the most probably, which didn't even get mentioned by DJI, is that they've added a new beeping sound to the beacon, the lost drone beacon, which you can activate in the goggles, which is fantastic. Makes it much easier to find the drone and much louder, much more audible. So brilliant for adding that one, and strange they didn't mention it in the firmware update notes. But there we go. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you found it useful and hope you enjoyed it. As usual, please remember to like and subscribe and all that jazz if you want to see more of this kind of content. And until next time, happy flying, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.